Hello students, today we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is tenses. Tenses, as you know, tells us the time of action. When the action has taken place is known by tenses. Now, as you know very well that tenses are of three types: present tense, past tense and future tense. And you also know that further each tense has been categorized into four parts, and they are present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Similarly, past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous. Future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous. So these are all the 12 kinds of tenses that you are very well aware till now. Now, after discussing all this, we are going to begin with what are the different formulas for each one of them, and secondly, what are the uses of them. But before beginning, we should know some basic things. What are these two basic things that I would like to draw your attention towards? You should know that there are three primary verbs. So, because in the exercise also it has been given that you would have to fill up their forms. So, remember there are three primary verbs. Which are these three primary verbs? First one is be, second one is do, and third one is have. So whenever it is given that write the correct form of the verb given, you should remember that be has many forms. What are these many forms? It is, am, are, was, were, and in future will and shall. Now there are three forms of do also. It is do, does and did. Then we have different forms of have. What are they? It is three again: has, have and had. So remember, this you have to remember when we are going to do the exercises, so that you can remember and use it properly. Now, you would have also learned the regular verbs and the irregular verbs, and I hope that you would have remembered. They are very important to do the exercises, to write the sentences, etc. One more thing before that, that is a prerequisite, and I think you would have done it in the 6th class also. That is, there are three forms of verb: first form, second form and third form. The first form is also known as the root form or the base form of the verb. The second form of verb can also be called as past form of the verb. And the third form can also be called the past participle form of the verb. Okay. Now these are the three forms. Remember them also. We have regular and irregular verbs. Learn them. Now we will begin with first the simple present tense. I'll tell you what is the formula and then what are the different usages also. Okay. So simple present tense. Simple present tense. Remember here in simple present tense that the basic formula to remember is subject plus verb, first form plus object. If you remember this one, remember that this subject is not singular but it is plural subject. And what are the plural subjects? It is I, we, you and they. So with them we are going to use the plural subject, and we will have V1 plus object, can be or cannot be. But basically this goes with the plural subject. But if it is a singular subject, then you will have to apply, singular subject is he, she or it. With them you will have V1 plus S or ES. As it is the verb, you will have to accordingly apply S or ES. And you may have an object or you may not. So remember, with a singular subject here, you have verb first form plus S or ES. Example, suppose it is plural subject, I. So here it is I go. Object to the market maybe. Okay. Or sometimes it is not the object. I eat ice cream, that is an object. Ice cream is an object. So I go to the market, that is it. That is a plural subject. Another one we can use here is we go to the market, or we eat ice cream. He killed, it is plural, so it is we kill tigers. So this is V1 and this is also V1. Now we come to the singular subject. Now singular subject, we have to apply S or ES. Example, if it is he, then it is goes to the market. Or it can be it sits. Okay, we cannot write sits here. We can say it shines. It shines brightly. Suppose it shines brightly. So this is the formula. Remember that it is verb first form with plural and verb first form plus S or ES with the singular. Now we will begin with the usage that is given in your grammar books. Now put a pause in the video and first open your grammar book so that we can accordingly continue with the sentences and I can properly guide you. Even I was not having the grammar book. One of your classmates have sent me. So I'm going to look up into that and I'm going to tell you about it. So it is simple present tense. We have written that earlier also. Remember here in simple present tense that the first thing, it is used in habits or repeated actions. So I'm now going to discuss what is given in your book also. So that would be easy for you. Okay. So it is used for habits and repeated action. First one, habits. Or repeated actions. Okay. So what is it? I get up at 6 in the morning. So this is your habit, or here this is regularly what you do. So I get up at 6 a.m. daily. Okay, it is daily. So this word daily, this word tells you that this is a repeated action. This is an adverb of frequency. So that is telling you that this is a repeated action and or it is a habit. So you are going to use the simple present tense. So we have here a singular verb that is singular here, but I goes with the plural in the present tense. Remember that I is plural. So with I we have V1 and then it is 6 a.m. daily. So remember that it is used for habits and repeated actions. What else is the example given? We play tennis every day. What is given here in your book? We play tennis every day. Now what is the word that we can pick up here? We are playing tennis, but that is played every day. So every day is telling us that this is a repeated action, and it is a repeated action daily, presently. So we are going to use the simple present tense. Again, we can see it is a plural subject, and here it is first form of the verb. More examples that are given in your book is I usually get up at 6 o'clock. I usually get up. Usually is telling that mostly. It is a repeated action. So we are using simple present tense. Another sentence given is Mr. Sinha often flies to Delhi. Often. Often is a verb, again telling you that it is a repeated action. And that is why we are using simple present tense. Mr. Sinha is singular, so flies. The fly is the root form, and what we are applying here, I-E-S, F-L-I-E-S, flies to Delhi. Okay, so often flies to Delhi. Second, we are going to use, the second usage here is that we are going to use here it in the general truths or geographical truths or scientific facts, we can say. So the second usage given here is general truths. What are these general truths? It can be your scientific facts, it can be your geographical facts that are never wrong, that never goes wrong. So it can be your scientific facts, or it can be your geographical facts. Okay, as the sun rises in the east, it is a fact. The sun sets in the west. The sun is singular, so set plus s, sets. What is given here? The sun rises in the east. Most common example. In the east, it is a geographical fact, we know. Then water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. It is a scientific fact. It will never go wrong. Fish live in water. Remember, in this sentence, fish means plural. Okay, fishes we don't say, it is fish. So fish live in water. It is also a scientific fact here. So these are the three sentences given. Apart from that, I would also tell you that your proverbs or sayings, for proverbs or sayings also, you are going to use the simple present tense. Okay, suppose it is honesty is the best policy. So it will never happen that honesty was the best policy. It will always remain in simple present tense. So remember and add this into your book also. So whether it is proverbs or whether it is saying or whether it is quotations, general truths, please use simple present tense. Apart from this, what is it? For things that stay the same for a long time. Same for a long time means it is true presently. That means simple present tense. I live in Udaipur. I live in Nimbahera. So this is a simple present tense. It is going on for a long time. So it's a simple present action. So things, it is used for things. We will say for things going on or that stay the same for a long time. That stay same for a long time. The example is already given in your book, and what is it? My grandparents live in Nagpur. Okay, my uncle lives in Delhi. So all these are truths because he has been living for a long time. So the fact is he is living there. Arun bats well. This is also a truth. Whenever you see him, he is batting well. So the opinion is Arun bats well. This is presently correct. Moving on, something else has also been added here. And what is that? The simple present tense is also used to talk about the future based on official timetable. Now this is simple present tense, but Simple present tense can also be used to tell you future actions. Which kind of future actions? Actions which are going according to a timetable. That means it is always going according to that, and that is why it is never going wrong. So things which are going according to timetable, there simple present tense is used to tell you future actions. How? The action will happen in future, but you are using simple present tense. How? Let's see the example. The plane leaves at 10:15 or the train leaves at 10:15 because they are scheduled. There's a railway timetable, there's a plane timetable, and they are following it. So it is always following the timetable, and that is why we are using simple present tense telling you the action or that is going to happen in the future. Next, the match starts at 2:30. So it is a scheduled match and it always starts at 2:30. So you are telling about a scheduled timetabled action, and it is using simple present. The mayor opens the new hospital on 1st March. Now this is also planned that he will open it on 1st March. So because it is a planned action, we can use simple present. That the mayor opens the new hospital on which date? 1st March. You can also say the Prime Minister leaves for Delhi on Monday, or the Prime Minister leaves for America on Monday. So this is again a future action, but it is scheduled, so we are using simple present tense. Okay. Next, now you are having some exercises given here. Below are 6 general truths. Use the simple present tense to fill in the blanks. Now these are already given that they are general truths, and this is an exercise just after simple present tense, so you can easily do it. Let's discuss. The sun dash in the west. So obviously the sun not rises but sets in the west. SET plus S. Then birds dash nests. Birds is plural, so build nests. Then we are going to have rain dash from the clouds. So rain falls from the clouds. You can use any other suitable verb also, but the verb form should be correct. Then you have frogs dash on land, both on land and in water. So frog lives, okay, and but it is given here frogs. So frogs live. With S we are going to apply V1. Frogs live. Next is cows eat grass, and then it is the earth dash round the sun. So obviously the earth revolves round the sun. Here we can write at least this one. The earth dash, so revolve, and because it is singular we are going to write revolves round the sun. Okay, moving on to the next exercise given. I think you should be doing it because we have done the first exercise. It's very easy. The stars dash at night, so you can have shine at night. Continue doing. It's a very small and easy exercise. Now we are going to discuss the present continuous tense. So let us move on to the next tense, and that is present continuous. I think this is the most easy tense, as you know very well that continuous is used. We can also use progressive because the action is in progress at the time of speaking also it can be. So the second one is, it is present, sorry I'm going wrong here, present continuous tense. It is present continuous tense. Now it is two words here, present and continuous here. Remember that the action has been going on either right now or the action has been going on. Suppose I am teaching you English or I am teaching you tenses. This is the action going on. And suppose I tell you I am reading a novel. This action I am not doing right now, but still it will be mentioned in the present continuous because the process, the action has been going on. Whenever I get time, I will read that novel. So we can also give an example that the construction of our school is going on. Okay, so the laborers are constructing our school. So that is a continuous process. So we can have two things, first and second. Let us see what is given in your book. The present continuous tense is mainly used for actions which are happening now, such as, first one, they are playing cricket. So they are right now playing cricket. Then your friends are waiting for you. Hurry up. Right now they are standing and they are waiting. So hurry up. Next, Ravi is using the internet. Right now he is doing it. This action is presently going on. So obviously present continuous. And then look, somebody is picking flowers. Picking means plucking flowers. Now remember, we have not discussed the formula here. It is subject plus what is the, there is a helping verb here, and that is am, are plus V1 plus ing plus object. So there is a helping verb here, and this is the main verb. Main verb tells you the action that is happening or the state of being. You are crying, you are playing, you are dancing, you are sitting, that is the action. So this main verb tells exactly what action is going on. Now the usage. Come to the usage. We have seen this formula and we have seen that what has been, the first few sentences has been given where the action is going on now. Okay, at the time of speaking, that is simple present continuous tense here. Next, we also use this tense to talk about actions that are happening not now but not necessarily at the time of speaking. I told you that is another. The action is going on, but not necessarily at the time of speaking. I have told you a few sentences. What are these sentences? The laborers are constructing our schools. The masons or the laborers, etc. Okay, the management or the whatever who are responsible are constructing. Then I am reading a novel. Somebody is writing a novel. So he is not writing every moment. It's not that he has sat and 24, 48, 72 hours he is sitting and writing a novel. But the process of writing is going on. Whenever he gets time, he writes it. So there are two things. Action going right now and going on right now. And second, action otherwise going on but not at the time of speaking. Okay, these are the two common things. Now apart from that, see the examples given. Mr. Ramlal is writing a novel. So obviously he is not writing just now, but otherwise the process of writing a novel is going on. So they are painting their house this month. So okay, they are painting their house this month, but it is not necessary that at the time of night also they are painting. Whatever the time is scheduled, they paint it. Okay, and right now it's not going on. So he has started writing the novel in the past, but the moment right now it is not going on. Next. Now that note that certain verbs are not normally used in the continuous tense. Now very important note here. You should remember that there are certain verbs. You have to actually learn this table. Okay. You have to actually use this table. What is actually about this table? What is exactly about these verbs? These are the verbs of perception. Perception means how do you perceive something? you see, you hear, you think. All these are perception verbs. So your sense organs are being used in this time. So in all these verbs of perception or possession and a few others, remember there is a rule that you should use simple present tense and not present continuous tense. I love you. It's not I am loving you. I like you. It's not I am liking you, because it's a general opinion. So remember, learn these verbs. These are to be remembered, not to be used in present continuous tense, except that you are actually doing that. I think you are good. I think. But I am thinking of you. Okay, then it's all right. But otherwise, normally only V1 form, that is the simple present tense, to be used. What are these perception verbs? See here, love. So I love you, I trust you, I hope you will be well soon. I own this car. That means this is my car. I have a car. You don't have to say that I am having a car. I have a car. Okay, I know you. So all these verbs should be used in simple present tense. So remember here, these verbs are not normally used in the present continuous tense. I agree, I disagree. Hello students, in the last video we were discussing how the verbs of perception, in the verbs of perception you don't have to use present continuous tense but simple present tense. We know that I told you about like, about love, about own, about preference, possessions, etc. So I prefer this, I like this, I love this, or I have a car. Remember, it's not I am having a car. See the examples given. The boy is wanting chocolates. It is wrong. It should be the boy wants chocolates. Then it is that he is having a cell phone. That is wrong. It should be he has a cell phone. And then we have she is seeming sad. Better it is that she seems sad. So for the words of perception, we are going to use not the present continuous tense but simple present tense. Apart from this, the present continuous is also used to talk about people's plans or arrangements for the future. Yesterday we had seen in the last video that in this plan we had used the simple present tense for plans or according to the timetables. Very planned actions which move according to the timetable. So it is the train leaves at 10:15, the plane leaves at 10:15. Similarly, here also, if any plan is scheduled well or it is well in advance, then we can use present continuous also. Going to form is a very common form and we are using it very frequently. What is that? I am going to my hometown on Saturday. So, I am going to my hometown on which day? On Saturday. That means it is a particular day when you have planned to go, your tickets are booked and you may have taken or you have taken a taxi. So everything is planned and you have planned that you are going to your hometown on Saturday. So this is a planned action, and for planned action again we can use the present continuous tense. As earlier we were using simple present tense. Next example given is we are meeting Mr. Lal this evening. So this evening itself we are going to meet Mr. Lal. The meeting has been fixed. So we can use simple present tense here. This evening shows particular time, date. So everything is fixed. Mr. Menon is flying to Singapore tomorrow. So he is flying to. So somebody is flying to. He is flying to Singapore, and when he is flying, it is tomorrow. That means something is fixed. He has already booked his tickets and he is going. So you can use present continuous tense in this way also. Now there is an exercise given, a very easy one. Please do this exercise. As you can see, there is a boy who is seeming to pluck a flower or pick a flower here. So you can write that he is picking a flower. Then we have some other children. A boy is flying a kite. Then a boy is writing a letter. A boy is running. Then somebody is taking bath. Then a boy is milking a cow. And a girl is riding a bicycle. Then children are walking. A man is reading newspaper. Similarly, there is another exercise where you can see that how a man is reading something and people are taking dinner or anything. So please complete this exercise. The sun is rising. Please complete this exercise. It is very easy. It is for you to do. You can see on the next page how it is given in the picture form. The birds are flying, the rain is falling, and the aeroplane is flying. So complete this part, this exercise of present continuous tense. After this present continuous tense, in your book, instead of following the simple present, the present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous, they have given simple past first, so that you should know when to use simple past and when to use simple present. So they have given according to the usage. They have not given according to the whole tenses. So we will also begin with the simple past tense form here. Now simple past tense, I think, is the most easy to remember because the formula is quite easy, but yes, you are using it very, very frequently. How? See, the formula goes like this. Simple past tense. So it is subject plus V2 plus object. Whether the subject is singular or whether the subject is plural, it will always be V2 form of the verb. And remember that this form of the verb or simple past tense is used in story writing, in diary entry, etc. It is very much in use. So you should know it very well and it is easy to remember also. Now, when do we use it? The first usage is, you know that anything that has happened in the past can be written in the simple past form. That I went there yesterday or anything like that can be written. So anything that happens in the past can be written. So that is one thing. Second, we will see that how your past habits or past repeated actions are also written in the simple past. Let us see from your book that we use a simple past for an action finished at some point of time in the past. This is something to remember. Which point of time? That gives you an idea, a clue that it has already happened and you can easily use simple past tense. For example, it is yesterday. This happened. I went there yesterday. I went there last night. Then I went there last week, last year. So these words are or in 2004, already gone. So you know that there's something that has already happened and has no relevance, no connection with the present. Then you are going to use simple past. For example, they arrived yesterday. So the example is they arrived yesterday. You know that yesterday has already gone. This is a point of time. So obviously we are going to use the V2 form arrived. Next, she phoned me last Saturday. So last Saturday is telling you that something has already happened and ended. So you are using the V2 form phoned. Phone, phoned. Then I bought this camera in Bengaluru. I bought this camera when I was in Bengaluru. That means it is past. Right now he is not in Bengaluru. Something has already happened. So again we are using here simple past tense. Next is I slept well. Here, though the point of time is not given here, but as you are conversing with the person, you know very well which time frame he is talking about. He is talking about last night. So you can easily reply I slept well because this is asked about the past or the last night. Next, see this exercise. It's very easy and I think you'll be able to do it. The simple past is also used for habits or repeated actions in the past. This is another usage. We had seen that it is past actions. One usage is past actions, and the second usage is the past habit or past repeated actions. So we can write past habits and past repeated actions. For example, when I was small, I would play cricket. And here it is given, when I was in Chennai, I went to the beach every day. So when I was in Chennai, that means a thing of the past. What did he do? He went to the beach every day. Then we usually spent the summer in Bengaluru. Okay, so again, third one, we usually spent the summer in Bengaluru. That means it has all happened in the past, not now. So we usually spent, this is not right now, something that had happened earlier, spent the summer in Bengaluru. Something that has happened, please write simple past tense. A point of time will give you the idea what is the time frame. Next, there is a simple exercise. Just see this. A thirsty crow. I think this is a story. A thirsty crow was flying around in search of water. C is given, so you will